Welcome back to the Dap It Up podcast, the place for geeks of all creeds. This is your boy Gunnm, and
I'm beat.
So
I'm bald.
Yeah, my boy on the he's on his Lex Luthor right now.
Mm-hmm. I'll get you, Superman.
So we got not too much to talk about. It was a pretty slow week this week. But there were definitely some major things that either came out or premiered this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one major thing as far as that would be the One Piece live action. Which
you're not showing your bias there at all by bringing that up first.
Which there's absolutely
it's
no
like,
bias.
one of the biggest games, most anticipated games of the year came out today. Or not today, but yesterday.
Absolutely no bias. Because One Piece is
no bias at all.
Absolutely not one of my favorite series of all time. So Starfield also came out.
Oh, Starfield also came out. Like, it's not the main draw.
Yeah, like, who cares about that game, you know?
Burying the lead.
Totally mid. Totally didn't score well, so who cares?
I mean, IGN gave it a 7.
Hold on, did they?
They legitimately gave it a 7. They rated it in Immortals of... I think they rated Immortals of Aveum higher than they rated Starfield. I'm like, that's crazy.
Well, who gives a fuck about IGN? But
I agree.
But Sea of Stars also came out this week. Came out on the 29th. I have it downloaded. I haven't started playing it yet. I plan to play it probably tomorrow. I gotta take a break from Trails. Like, I'm still on that game. It's just long. I need a break.
You're not gonna beat that game till you're 40. That game, like, the way you guys talk about how long that game is, I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't.
It's this particular one. It makes you want to put in time. Like, I got 200 hours clocked in now.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it's just I'm just a psychopath. I like the min-max. But enough about Trails though. We also got this PSN price hike too. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later in the show. But for now, how have things been? What's been going on?
Oh, they've been good. I've just been working. I beat Immortals of Aveum yesterday. I've been looking longingly at the Xbox store. Like, I'm not going to pay $30 to play a game 5 days early when I could just wait. So I've been patiently waiting. For Starfield to come to us plebeians.
Yeah.
I saw D's unboxing, so if you're interested in seeing what the collector's edition looks like,
oh yeah, definitely check it out.
Check that out. But yeah, just been my daughter's birthday was recently, so we did pancake art. So I experimented a little bit with that, and needless to say, I murdered a lot of pancakes that day. I mean, they just were we couldn't even eat them because they were just so jacked up. But it was fun. It was a good experience. It's definitely something I'd recommend doing with your kids at least once. That's it. What about you, Gunnm?
Well, I got technically a new boss at work, so kind of sizing him up, see how that's gonna go. So yeah, and see if he's gonna be willing to actually do work. It seems like he will. So I saw some good signs, but I judge people by actions, not by words anymore. So there's that. Still stuck in the trail cycle. Honestly, I need to take a break from it. That's why I'm really happy. Sea of Stars came out recently. So play that and take a little break. There's the One Piece stuff. I've been watching that with my Discord group that, you know, I frequent a lot. Shout outs to Ugly Gang. I know they watch our videos. So yeah, I've watched 6 episodes, but yeah, I'll talk about my impressions on it later. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. But just really there hasn't been much going on really. Yeah, not really. Just same old, just going through the motions. Same routine.
Same old routine. You like pina coladas? Getting caught in the rain.
Pretty much.
But well, I mean, can't complain if your routine is pretty decent.
Yeah. Yeah. Need to start exercising. That's what I need to do. That's what I need
I
to
ended up
add to my routine.
skipping the gym all week. You know, yesterday I was supposed to go, and unfortunately I had the bubble guts, so that just didn't happen. I was like, you don't want to lift weights when you got the bubblies. It's just not a good combination.
Yeah, it is. But all right, how about we start off with your impressions of Immortals of Aveum since you finished it? May as
So
well.
I did finish it. I played through it. I think the strongest factor for the game was definitely the combat. The story presentation was good. I think the game had a really strong start. But I feel like it's one of those things where they like front loaded the coolest moments in the beginning of the game, and then it just kind of
Kind of just teeters off.
Teeters off. Like it doesn't decline all the way down, but it's like
it's a
slow parabolic, slow decline. The story, like I said, the presentation was good. I liked the main character. It did feel like it suffered a little bit, not as bad as some other games. I feel like because they didn't address it and it wasn't like called out, it wasn't as bad as like the woke writing, the wokeitis, just in the characters and how they kind of slated them.
The Marvelism.
It was definitely, I could feel the Marvel influence in the storyline, and that's a good or a bad thing. Like it felt more like old Marvel than like new Marvel, so I'd say it was mostly positive. But the magic was really was snappy. I did feel like towards the end of the game, it was hard to do damage to certain enemies. Like I felt like I was just like poking them over and over again instead of like blasting powerful magic at them.
I heard there was
that might just be a build issue for me.
I heard there was a lot of visual like fidelity issues with that game. Like it just looked blurry, like a lot at points.
It does look like somebody took a handful of Vaseline and just smeared it all over the screen. I feel like that's something that will be resolved if they were to make a sequel, you know, with more and more time. Mm-hmm. And I hope that they get another shot at it, because this is the debut game of a new studio, and if this is what they can do on their first game, I'm excited to see what they can do on their second. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty much it for Aveum. I would say it was a solid 7.5. Which is better than that other debut game that came out this year. Arguably. I can't even remember the name of it. That Russian one.
Oh, Atomic Heart?
Yeah, Atomic Heart. It was better than Atomic Heart.
That was this year. Just so many
there's been so many. I thought it was last year for a second. I'm like, no, Atomic Heart came out this year.
It feels like
and I played it for 4 hours and never touched it again.
Yeah, I was gonna play it until you guys were like, nah.
Nah.
You guys basically turned me off from it. Like, nah.
It just wasn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah, maybe their next game will be better. Maybe.
I mean, yeah.
But all right, let's talk about this Counterstrike 2 trailer that just dropped. So, What do we got
All
going
right.
on in Counterstrike?
So Counterstrike, they were talking about the new kind of ranked system called Premier. There's going to be leaderboards, and you're going to be able to accumulate score if you're playing through these like Premier leagues, and you'll be able to see where you rank versus your friends, versus the world, versus whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And now Mastery, like like the Global Elite, AK or whatever Mastery system they had prior, is tied to a map. So it's like you might be like a top tier 1% player for a given map, but that does not necessarily transfer over to all the other maps. So it'll be interesting to see how that works as far as matchmaking, what kind of skill level you'll be up against. I feel like that's going to lead to a lot of people smurfing. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm global elite on Mirage or Dust Town or whatever, but the second I step into like a different map, now I'm just like baseline, like I'm low, so I'm just be murking people left and right. So I'm worried about that. But overall, the game looks phenomenal. The graphics look great. The volumetric fog effects look really good. The sound effects, like everything seems to be top notch. And, everybody who plays FPSs knows that Counter-Strike is truly the pinnacle of competitive FPS gameplay. The best of the best of the best play Counter-Strike. That was really it. It was a relatively short trailer, but I am very excited for it.
Yeah, not particularly a Counter-Strike fan, but yeah, I do respect me some Counter-Strike. That's for sure. Let's see. So I guess we can briefly talk about Sea of Stars because that game has been killing it.
Has it?
Kind
I haven't heard anything about it.
And kind of have to like it's basically an indie dev game. I believe it's the studio's first game. I'm not too sure what the name of the studio is, but yeah, recently, well, it came out on the 29th, and it scored a 91.
Oh, dope.
Like it's pretty, like that's pretty impressive. Like, if miraculously Silk Song comes out somehow this year, which that would be another game to add on to this year. I mean, I don't think it's coming out this year. I mean, honestly, they can announce it anytime and it'll just sell. But I think this is gonna be indie game of the year, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Because it was a indie game with a lot of like expectations, because it was kind of doing like that homage to like those classic like 2D JRPGs like from that like
Power Mana,
yeah, SNES and Chrono Trigger era, yeah. So there were a lot of like lofty expectations for this game. And it seems like worldwide, like it's been pretty well received. Like even in Japan, like people have been like really like enjoying this game. It seems like so. It's something that I just didn't want to just fly under the radar and just didn't want to mention. Like this game is definitely a big deal, and definitely like especially if you're in the indie titles, like this is a game you have to try, because this is probably indie game of the year for sure.
That's lofty praise.
Yeah, it's a game I've had my eye on for a very long time, and just to see this game come out and like be reviewed this well and be received this well, like it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I agree. I do like to see indie titles succeed.
So yeah, I'd like to see, if not a Sea of Stars 2, like see them like do other things like this studio.
Cool. I'll have to check it out. I know it's on Game Pass. It's on PSN, PlayStation Plus too.
Okay, so let's talk about Starfield.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen. I don't know how much like review content or just content in general you've seen about Starfield. Me personally, I'm a brokey. I'm waiting until it comes out in 5 days.
I'm basically waiting. I already know I'm gonna play it, so I'm just waiting
Yeah,
for it to release.
I've played every Bethesda game that has released since I've been aware of Bethesda games. So this is obligatory. It's like a new BioWare game comes out. I'm gonna play it. It doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, or awful. I mean, i.e. Andromeda, I beat that game even though it was dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it looks interesting. Like it looks cool. I think that their
Like
decision to have
it's
fast travel
space
points.
exploration. And,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how space. Like I haven't played it yet, so I'm not sure how much exploration it really is with the fast traveling and the kind of limited
mm,
boxes that you're in. But I think that as far as Bethesda games go, I've seen it be hailed as like one of the best. It's gonna have to do a lot to be better than
yeah,
Skyrim, but I
I've
know
been hearing that too. I'm
I
like,
know.
huh?
I feel like the mod scene is gonna have a field day with this game. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like they've spent so many years supporting Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 and Skyrim itself that they've got to be excited because I know that the mod scene for Bethesda software games tends to be the best of the best. You get really interesting things. Apparently, you can make planets. So you can make your own planets. You can have your own stories. So I'll be very intrigued to see like a year from now what Starfield looks like. I think this is a game that's definitely going to have a tail. Most Bethesda games do, even the bad ones. Which there are relatively few. So I
76.
just I don't even count them, bro. The thing is, right? Making an MMO, I would say use that term loosely in 76's case, is not an easy thing to do. There are a lot of
Yeah.
limitations. I don't feel like that game could have been anything other than bad. I just don't think it was well
Yeah.
formulated.
Yeah. I think it was too early. Like, at least what they were trying to go
Yeah,
for with it.
they should have waited until the technology caught up to what their vision was, which is what I think a lot of companies should do. Is just if you're a big AAA publisher and you have an idea for something that'll just print money, like wait until you are sure that you can do it,
Implement it.
have it, yeah, and have it implemented in the way that makes sense. Because 76 is just the way that it is. Like it's kind of like a hub with like phasing and instancing, and I'm just like, that's not the way you want to do that game.
Especially the way it released.
Oh my god, no NPC. Imagine Bethesda. You're used to NPCs and quests. It's like, where are the NPCs at? Where are they? Who am I supposed to talk to? What is the point of this? Like, imagine playing Fallout 4 and there's no NPCs to talk to. It'd be a drastically different game.
Had people try to get me on that shit day one. I'm like, man, no.
But D has gotten some time to play it. Unfortunately, he couldn't be on the podcast today, but he will be here next week to discuss his impressions along with our impressions. By then, we will all have played it.
Yeah.
And I know we're all probably going to take very different approaches to the game. I plan on playing a pirate.
I'm gonna be in that character creator forever. I'm probably gonna be like typical shonen protagonist.
Oh yeah, good guy, goody two shoes.
But willing to break the law if necessary.
Sometimes the law is stupid. I find in a lot of these like sci-fi RPGs, the laws are dumb, and you're just like, well, I don't care. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Y'all are stupid.
Exactly.
But surprisingly, I'm hearing a lot of praise for like the gunplay. Which, like, if you've played Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, you know that that's not exactly Bethesda's strong suit.
Yeah, I've heard that about their games. Like, gunplay is not the best.
Yeah, I just feel like it's gonna be interesting playing it without having VATS. Like playing a Bethesda RPG shooter without the ability to slow down time and aim shots. I feel like VATS is such a huge part of those games. I'm gonna catch myself hitting the VATS key and being like, oh, that doesn't do anything.
I can put my FPS skills to the test then.
And get warmed up for Counterstrike, or at least, I mean, you play a couple games of Overwatch. Get ready.
I mean, I play Overwatch all the time.
Play some Soldier. Do you ever play Soldier 76? Aren't you a healer main?
Yeah, I'm a support main. So, but I mean, like I play DPS too, but I play Soldier a little bit. I don't really play him like a lot though.
I don't feel like a lot of people do. Soldier just feels like, bro, he's just the most basic character in the game.
He is, but he's fun though. Like he's meta right now. Like you do see a lot of him now, but
oh really?
I personally don't play him.
Yeah, I wouldn't play him either. He's just too boring for me. If I wanted to run around and shoot people, I'll play Call of Duty.
That's why I call him Call of Duty.
That is what he is. He's the Call of Duty character in the Blizzard game.
Pretty much. Oh man. All right,
but
so
I'm excited to see like the customization options. I saw a little bit of a mission, not to get too spoilery, about like a Batman-esque like layer. And it was pretty cool. Like,
does it get as the? I wonder if does the character creator in Bethesda games, because you're the expert here.
Yeah.
Does it get as deep as far as like changing my dick size? Does it really get that deep?
No, I've never seen a dick slider in a Bethesda game that wasn't modded in. I will say that much. I think that at some point, someone will give you the ability to do that, but it will not be at launch.
Baldur's Gate.
It's not Baldur's Gate 3, okay?
I thought Baldur's Gate had that.
Baldur's Gate does have that, but that's not a Bethesda game.
That is true.
And it doesn't have a dick slider. You can just pick between dick presets. You can shoot cut, uncut, whatever you want your junk to look like, aesthetically.
All right.
But I think that it's gonna be. Well, Starfield has a lot to prove to me for it to be Game of the Year. Is all I will say. Has a lot. Not Baldur's Gate. Starfield. Excuse me. Starfield has a lot to prove to me for its contention for Game of the Year, because Baldur's Gate 3 has set such an incredibly high bar. I will say that from what I'm hearing, Act 3 is kind of a technical mess, but Larian has been very quick to patch. I mean, they've dropped 2 patches with massive changes, massive fixes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by the time we're having the conversation, we'll be able to play both games at their best. I'm sure there's a lot of bugs in this game. A lot of people are saying they haven't run into as many, which is great for Bethesda, because I'm used to their games being completely unplayable day one.
Yeah.
Like an absolute disaster. Like, people have to go and fix things. Like, modders have had to fix Bethesda games for the last 2 Bethesda games. Like, literally had to make a patch themselves to correct issues with the game. But we'll see if Starfield requires the same treatment. I don't think it will. I think that most of what people are running into are exploits, like ways to kind of cheese the systems. But I'm
okay with that. I'm okay with that. Keep those.
Keep the dupe. You should be able to dupe. I feel like is it really a Bethesda game?
If there's a money exploit, keep that.
Keep that. Yeah, I'm trying to be bold.
I don't like.
But if you wanted to cheat,
those.
If you wanted to cheat, they have cheat tools. You can literally just cheat.
Or I could just use the exploit.
That's true. It's true. It's easier. It's in system, bro. It's as God intended.
Oh
But I'm
man.
excited. Really excited and stoked for it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Starfield, did you hear about the guy that stole like apparently I guess thousands of copies? Like I guess it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars or something. Something worth.
Oh yeah, that guy's in jail now.
Oh yeah.
They caught that guy. I don't know why he thought he wasn't gonna get like why my thing is right.
And then he made a review and posted it too. It was like
Stupid.
he was like at the beginning of the shit, he was like, "I'm sorry, Todd Howard, but I had to."
Well, now you have to go to jail.
And now you have to go to jail, bitch.
Oh my god, what a moron. It's like hypothetically, right? You're gonna steal from a company.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd want to lay low. I think you'd want to be quiet, maybe not talk about it. Maybe if you're gonna sell copies,
at least do a smaller amount. Like
like,
negligible. Like they would be like, okay.
Okay, whatever. But you stole an abysmal, like a high amount, like a disturbing amount.
He stole like a whole fucking like probably semi truck's worth. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he stole a truck's load.
I'm like,
how Starfield.
I kind of am curious, like as to how he did it. I saw the face of the dude too. Like it was.
Was he rough?
It was rough. It was a nigga.
Oh no, yeah. Not my people. Of course it was a nigga.
Yeah. But I didn't think I honestly, like before I saw his face, I didn't think it would be a black guy, but yeah, it was a black
guy. Why did he face reveal? You committed a crime. Why are you face revealing? You're a moron. I'd have been like, you could buy it with Bitcoin, bro. We ain't leaving no trail.
Yeah.
That's shame. Dumb criminals always get caught.
I don't know. I don't know if he stole it off a train or.
I'm trying to imagine the great Bethesda train robbery. You know, he had to have a crew. I got the wheelman, the planner.
Yeah, that's a common way that a lot of electronics get stolen. Like when they're on like a train or something, like it's pretty easy.
Somebody just sees the crate and they're just like, "Oh, that's fine now." But yeah, don't do crimes, kids. And if you do, don't get caught. Don't do face reveal reviews.
Don't make a whole video with your face with your face in the video reviewing it. Like. Seriously, I don't know, man. Like these kids, like this generation, like they're such clout chasers. Like they're willing to do anything.
I'm willing to go to jail for clout.
Like Jesus, like ruin.
Well, he definitely made history. He made gaming history.
Yeah, for being stupid.
For being stupid.
Like Jesus, like I don't know what other way to say it. But
there isn't a way.
Okay. Before we go into our other major story, let's segue into something a little bit less video game related.
It's so dark in here. Whoa, that's bright.
I was about to make a ball joke, but
yeah, bald.
Looking like Krillin out here.
Goku.
We love you, B.
It's all good. Oh my hair grows back.
Okay. So the One Piece live action came out. Like just came out. Like none of us have finished it, so this isn't like overall impressions. This is like more like first impressions, like what we think about it. So
we'll cover more in depth once we've all watched it on our anime show.
Okay, I'll try and convince D to watch all of it by
it's like 8 episodes.
So yeah, it's not a lot. So I've seen 6 of the 8 episodes that are out, and you've only seen the 1.
Yeah, I saw the first episode.
So I'm honestly just really impressed that somehow with One Piece over Cowboy Bebop, over Yu Yu Hakusho, all of that, they made it work. How? How?
I think what it comes down to is that the creator of One Piece is smart.
Yeah.
Like he's smart. Like cause I feel like he did not agree to let them do it without certain stipulations and how he wanted it done. So they had to comply with it. They couldn't do any of their stupid changing everything BS like they did with, Cowboy Bebop. For one, Spike should not be like 50 years old. Jet Black should not actually be black.
Jet Black can be black. That's fine. I thought.
He can be, but it's like they called too much attention to it. Did you hear that line?
I didn't even watch it, so you'd have to.
Yeah, no, there was that actually came up. It was incredibly cringy. They changed. There's so many like things they changed arbitrarily, and the cinematography was bogus a lot of the time. Like it just wasn't. It was not a good show.
Oh, it's not.
But this was, and I think that a lot of that can be attributed to the creator's creative control over the property, how he kind of made them do certain things. I think the casting was spot on.
The casting.
Sanji. Zoro looks great.
Yeah.
Nami looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And Luffy, I think the actor playing Luffy brings a certain amount of charisma to the stupidity that is that character. Luffy's pretty dumb, especially in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Like, Luffy, like, they definitely managed to tone back Luffy without it being too much. Like, he's still very much so Luffy. He's still at, a little bit goofy, but not like, it's not like, like cartoony.
Yeah, nonstop
gags. To the point where it's like almost 1-to-1 with his anime like rendition. So I appreciated it. Like they kept true to his character without like, almost completely killing him. So yeah, I really do appreciate like what they managed to do, like with all of them, like the whole cast. Like they managed to keep basically like the heart of what makes One Piece without veering too far left, you know what I mean?
That's good.
So it's pretty consistent like throughout. So some like there'll be some characters like they do stuff like it'll just feel like odd. I mean, because it's still One Piece. But other than that, like it's a pretty enjoyable watch. Like it's enjoyable, especially if you've seen like the whole like they call it like the Romance Dawn arc, like all of that section that they're covering. Like before he goes to the Grand Line.
Like it's very, very manga accurate.
Yeah,
as far as events and characters and things that have happened.
Yeah, there are some changes here and there. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty 1-to-1 with the beginning, with the Romance Dawn arc portion. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't call it an arc because there were multiple arcs, but
there are multiple arcs in that era of One Piece.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Definitely suggest you guys give it a watch if you like One Piece. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about it?
That's about right. I only watched one episode.
Yeah.
So I've got very limited impressions. Also, we got to save it for the anime show.
Yeah. Yeah. True enough. True enough.
More specifics, anyway.
True enough. So, on to our last topic. We have, unfortunately, a price hike. And it's not Microsoft.
Not this time.
It ain't Nintendo.
Oh, no?
Ooh, take a guess who it is.
It's the Sony pony.
Nope, it's Atari. But yeah, it's Sony.
Man, bro, this is like, and I know I'm gonna get something for saying this later. It's an L, but like, bro, how are you gonna charge me more to use my own internet to play games online? How? Like, I don't understand. Like, I can't think of what the justification is for doing it. It doesn't make any sense that they do this. And for them to continue to raise prices, how are you justifying your price raise? I'm already paying for something that effectively doesn't really cost you anything. Nothing that other services don't already pay for. Like all your, achievements and social features. Well, Steam has that, and I don't have to pay anything to play on games on Steam. I don't have to pay anything to play things on GOG or any other platform on PC. So I'm like, what is your justification for it? Because it doesn't make any sense.
It's something that, unfortunately, it goes back to Microsoft. They started, so everybody followed suit. It's like, why can't we do this?
That was the most evil thing that they did.
Nintendo was the last one to follow suit. I'm trying to think.
It's sad. It's depressing. Nintendo has no business charging for literally the nothing they do because they don't care about their online at all.
I'm trying to think. Did they start doing that shit? No, they started doing that shit this generation. Like, they didn't start
this
doing
generation
that
with the Switch.
This generation.
Yeah. And PlayStation wasn't doing it until what, the PS4?
Yeah. Yeah, because PS3, yeah, it was free.
Yeah, PS3 was free. I don't know. It's, this is peak console peasantry. Like, this is truly what it is to be a serf. To slave away in the online minds.
Oh, man. It's like, I don't know, like, you see, like, I can understand, like, with what Sony's trying to do, like, I can understand because they're putting games into the service and they stay in the service. Like, they don't rotate, like, with Game Pass. Game Pass is a little different. Like, they add in games and they're in there for a while and then they rotate out. There's probably some stuff they do want to keep, but I think good majority of what's in there, like, it's on the chopping block. Like, it'll leave the service at some point.
Yeah.
Like, when they announced this, this is my problem with this. So when they announced this, they did not have, like, they didn't come with anything else, like, to announce, to say, to justify it.
Or to soften the blow, at least.
So they didn't really, they didn't have anything to really soften the blow. They were like, hey, so we're going to do this, and this is why we're raising the price. We're not going to, so they didn't give us, like, some good titles for, the monthly games, to, try and soften the blow. Like, they gave us, what? So the main game that they're offering for their monthly games this month is, what's that shitty ass game?
23.
Saints Row. The new Saints
Is
Row.
that the game? Ew, nobody wants to play that. They literally that's another thing that we missed is they shut down Volition. The Bracer Group closed them. shuttered
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah, that is true.
I didn't even play the game. I had no interest, man. It was just I feel like that company completely lost sight of what Saints Row was.
And
Like it's a goofy, kind of schlocky, like crude game with giant dildo bats. Like, bro, like come on. We don't need to make that woke. You're not appealing to your audience at all with that.
oh. And that's what they offer. That's like their main game this month.
Their big game is a game from a studio that was literally shut down for making it.
At 30 and raising the price 30%. It's like it's almost like you were doubling down. It was like, okay, we got bad news. We got bad news for you guys, but
Double bad news.
So we're gonna give you this. Like it's almost like they're just pissing on us. Like they're just
really
pissing on us.
It's like, oh yeah. Not only are we raising the price 30%, but also fuck you. And that's just what their strategy was. They're like, look, Microsoft is got no games. They got nothing exclusive. We got all the exclusives. We can do whatever we want. You know what? Fuck them. We're gonna give them Saints Row.
We're
gonna raise the price 30%.
I'm like, at least give us like some banger ass game like in this month's update to the fucking service. Like, give us something.
Bro, if they would have told me, you know, hey, it's going up 30%, but this month you get Elden Ring, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been upset. I'm like, you know what? So many more people are gonna get to play Elden Ring now. It was worth it.
Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, it's like, dog, I really wanted to get premium because I really want to go up to that tier because I want to have a reason to be able to go back to some of these PS2 games, but they don't add shit. They don't add, they haven't added anything. They've added some PSP games, some PS2 games, but they're like all remasters. None of them are like the original. Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck are they actually doing with this service? It's like they're trickling in like nothing. Trickling nothing into it. Like premium has nothing. There's no reason, literally almost no reason, unless like a few of those games that they did add are like some of your absolute favorites, like, you know, good for you if that is the case. Like there's no reason for almost anyone to be getting premium right now. Especially now that they rose at 30%. Like more than 30%. That's egregious. That's so crazy.
It's so greedy. Like it's just wildly greedy.
It's like, dude, like don't get me wrong, Sony. I understand keeping all those games in your service and not like rotating them out. Like it's gonna get costly. We fucking understand that. But 30%? 30%?
30%, my friend. 30%.
When you don't have shit added in premium or anything.
Yeah.
They didn't even like, and you know, like we said earlier, they didn't even try to add anything along with it with this announcement to try and soften the blow. It's like,
oh, we're adding, I don't know, Sly Cooper. We're doing, I don't know what they would add that would make me feel like, oh yeah, 30%, I get it. It's just straight sad. It's sadness.
It's like, we know this is bad news, but we're giving you Saints Row, so be fucking happy. We gave you anything.
Be happy. We're giving you one of the worst games to come out in the year it came out. One of the biggest disappointments, biggest letdowns. It's like, so you're letting me down while you're letting me down. It's like letdownception. It's terrible. It's just so egregious. I feel like Sony is so complacent. Like, I feel like part of it is that Microsoft hasn't been applying much competitive pressure, so they feel like they can pretty much do whatever they want.
This is why will be okay with that. Like them making moves like this is exactly why I didn't give a fuck when they decided to go after Activision Blizzard. Like this is what they need competition so that they can improve. Like be forced to improve their service
Yep.
and be forced to do more because this is ridiculous. 30% price hike. 30% price hike. and
For nothing.
And their way of softening the blow is giving us Saints Row. Okay, Sony. Okay, Sony, you could suck. You could suck it. You really can. But man, I don't know. It's like none of them like. I think Game Pass is really gonna get as soon as this deal goes through, they're gonna have a lot of games in their service, a lot of worthwhile games. But
I'm really excited for the future of Microsoft. I'm excited for Game Pass and what it'll bring when Activision Blizzard's finally acquired. And it's like, even if we're going to like features that PlayStation has for premium, the streaming itself is not good. Like, I've played God of War and God of War 2 on their little, emulator stream, and it's horrendous. Like, it's bad. It truly is bad. Like, if you were to use an emulator on your computer, let's say you have a license for it through having a physical copy of the old game, it would run a million times better. It's not even a comparison into how much better the emulation is. And for you to charge that much more for really crappy emulation and poor library, a poor selection, and then it's like the games that are on PlayStation Plus are not new or current games; they're really old games that everybody's already played. It's just not worth it at all. Like, it does not hold a candle to Game Pass and what its offerings are. Period. And Game Pass is cheaper now, so it's like, why would I opt for that over Game Pass? There isn't a single reason I can think of, other than there's some PlayStation exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like, this kind of also makes me think about Nintendo too, like the way they just trickle in N64 games too. Like, they don't do it. Like, they just don't do enough either. Like, they could just.
They don't.
I don't know. I don't get it.
I feel like neither company is really at the level that Microsoft is when it comes to offerings. When it comes to like value, like, they just aren't. They aren't even trying to compete.
I mean, I would say PSN, at least the way it is now, they do have more as far as games, but I feel like the Activision Blizzard deal. That's why I say, like, once those games start trickling in from Activision, like, the scales are gonna tip a little. They're definitely gonna start tipping. And I feel like, especially with the moves that Microsoft's been making, like, I just think it's gonna be all kind of like a little bit of a more level playing field. Especially as far as, like, games going into each of their services. So Microsoft's definitely gonna start getting more Japanese titles. So we'll probably see a lot of surprising stuff going in the Game Pass, like at the Tokyo Game Show, since that's coming up soon. So yeah. So that's because I know they have like a pretty big show planned for Tokyo Game Show. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Like that's my prediction. That's my prediction. But yeah, as far as like a price hike, that's about all I have to say. Really, it's like Sony suck a dick.
Bro, you're gonna get us blackballed. You can't just tell Sony to suck a dick.
I could edit this in post.
You're gonna have to. There's a lot you're gonna have to edit in post, my friend, because man, you got some spicy words to say. Which I'm not saying that you're wrong, because this is ridiculous. This is egregious.
Like when I saw the amount like it was going up, like I was pissed
Like
off.
I feel like if
Because
it was like if it was like 10%, right? Nobody would really care that much.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like, oh, that sucks. But for 30, like, what do you need the money for?
It was like this was like, and what really like pisses me off is the fact that it like this announcement came the same week I was considering like going yearly, because I've been like paying for it like in 3-month increments for a long time. So I was gonna just like, you know what? Let's just pay for the year. Like I was gonna do that this week, you know, when I got paid. But surprise, surprise, Sony was like,
"Gotcha, bitch."
That's gonna be 30% more, but 30% less.
Lord.
Oh well, I think we've done this topic to the extent we can.
Yeah.
Very disappointed in Sony. Hopefully, no other developers or publishers
Please
get
don't
the
follow
idea.
suit.
Please don't follow suit. Please do not raise these prices. People will stop. Things are tough all over right now. With gas being $1 kajillion, like people are gonna stop paying for it.
Like Microsoft raised theirs, but it was like it's negligible.
Yeah,
but
ultimately, and we knew that the price for that was going to go.
Yeah,
from the get go. It was just kind of an initial.
It was just a matter of when.
Yep.
But
with Sony, they have no excuse. They're not releasing. They have no day one releases. They have nothing extra that they gotta account for. Like the model, like they have nothing built into their model that would justify that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's about the extent of what we got. So, no side quests today, since you know our leader here isn't here. So, yeah, so no side quests this week. So, B, where can they find you?
You find me a beatdown on YouTube. About it.
All right, and we're gonna see if I can remember all the socials this week. Let's see.
The laundry list.
Well, you guys can find me on Tumblr at Gunnm. You guys can find me on Twitch, Gunnm21. You guys can find me on YouTube, Gunnm91, at Gunnm91. Let's see. And you guys can find me on Twitter at Toppets the Creator. And you guys can find me on Threads, because it seems like people are trying to revive it. I believe my Threads is Gunnm21, but if not, I'll have it listed below. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that was it. But that was it. Jesus Christ. Was that 5? Damn. That's way too many. But yeah, so that is a Dap It Up podcast. And remember, go get Starfield.
It's Starfield. That's my cat's food. But yeah. Play it. Explore.
Yeah.
This game is not No Man's Sky. This game is not Star Citizen. It is an RPG by Bethesda, first and foremost. If you like those types of games, this is allegedly the best one. I guess I'll see for myself next week.
But yeah, we'll have our impressions. And watch One Piece.
And I'm excited. Watch One Piece. Check it out. It's a great manga, and now it's a great show.
All right. See y'all.
Peace.